Welcome, everyone, to our exciting press conference today to launch First 5 Lex Read, Talk, and Play across our community. My name is Alice Nelson, and I am the Early Childhood Family Community Coordinator for Fayette County Public Schools, and I have had the privilege, honor, and fun of working on this project for more than a year and a half. We've been working on putting this together to launch today. So the first thing I want to do is just take a moment and introduce the folks, all our community partners that really came together to make this happen. This is not a project that folks behind the doors at Fayette County School went and thought up. We have reached out to our community. We have experts in early childhood from all across Lexington, other stakeholders that are committed to what's going on with children from birth to 5 that have been part of this work. So I want to just take a moment to introduce those individuals to you. They're probably not going to like it, but I want them to just stand up real quickly when I say their name too, and then they can sit back down real quick. I know that's scary. All right. First, again, the major thanks and wonderful leadership that we have from Whitney Stevenson, our Associate Director of Early Childhood at Fayette County Schools. Sharon Price, Director of Child Development Head Start for Community Action Council. Roy Woods, Vice President of Education, United Way of the Bluegrass. Katie Williams, Vice President of Marketing, United Way of the Bluegrass. Debbie Link, Special Projects Coordinator for the Child Care Council of Kentucky. Bradley Stevenson, Executive Director of the Child Care Council of Kentucky. Colleen Hall, Director of Community Engagement, Lexington Public Library. Kelly Parmley, Outreach Services Manager, Lexington Public Library. Dr. Donna Grigsby, Associate Professor of Pediatrics, UK Department of Pediatrics. Donna is also the Medical Director of Reach Out and Read Kentucky, and you'll see that role, why that's so important to us here. Kelly Sampson, Instructor from UK College of Education, Early Childhood. Amanda Wright, Director, Early Childhood Education, KET. Eamon Fitzgerald, Early Childhood Education Coordinator for KET. Holly Ackerman, Early Childhood Education, also from KET. I want to give special shout out to Jahida West from PNC Bank. Jahida has a 10-day-old baby, so I don't believe she's with us today, but she has also been very active in our work, and you will see her later in the videos that we're going to share with you. I want to recognize Joanna Rhodes, Director of Family Services, Lexington Fayette Urban County Government, and the director of this beautiful center. Joanna's in the back because she's been working very hard to host us here today, and her commitment and all the work that she has done has been amazing to make this happen today. We have Commissioner Chris Ford, has also served on our First 5 Lex group. And we can't be in this building, the Family Care Center, without giving a shout out to someone who's been a mentor for so many of us in this early childhood field, Miss Jean Sabarwal, the original person that made this place happen. We also have Chantel Stoops with us today. Coach Stoops and his wife are represented with us today. Got Chantel here in the background. We have a former board chair with us today. Miss Becky Sagan is here. I don't know who else has snuck in. We'll continue to work on that as we go through the program, I'm sure. Mr. Ford and Mr. Caulk will have folks that they want to take some time to thank, I'm sure. All right, well, we are ready to go. Our superintendent and I have one little tiny story I'm going to tell as I introduce Mr. Caulk. So, you know, when he came here, the way Lexington is, we know that we all interview people to death here in Lexington, and I'm sure many of you remember that he went through all those sessions with community people and stakeholders and had multiple interviews and groups that he met with before he got the offer. At that time, I was working as a family community liaison for the district, and one of my duties on those days was to escort our superintendent candidates from group to group. So I was walking down the hall with Mr. Caulk. I mean, I guess he knew my name, but he didn't know anything about me. So that I had taught kindergarten and preschool, and that early childhood was my passion, and I couldn't ever give it up for my entire life. But anyway, he didn't know that. So we were walking down the hall to the next room, and Mr. Caulk begins talking about the importance of early childhood, and that how it is that people don't understand that our gaps in education begin from birth to 5, and why that is so important, and we've got to do something about it. Well, you know, he had me there, so I didn't have a vote, but I was pretty excited, and I'm very excited now to turn this over to our superintendent, Mr. Manuel Caulk.
All right, good morning, everyone. Before I get into my formal remarks, I want to share with you that you cannot have a high-performing organization without a peak-performing board. And we're blessed in Fayette County to have the leadership of our esteemed board, our board chair, Melissa Bacon, our vice chair, Mr. Ray Daniels, board members, Doug Barnett, and board member Darrell Love and Stephanie Spires. So I want to recognize them as well. But also, you can't do this work without a great team that supports you. I often say that I am a catalyst for change, but all of you here today are the real change agents. So I want to commend you for the work that you do each and every day as well. Now, as we open a new school year, you've heard me talk a lot about the many exciting and wonderful opportunities that we provide to our students pre-K through 12. Well, I'm here today to let you know that Fayette County Public Schools, once again, is committed to the children of our community, from cradle to career. And it's because of you that we're launching a new community initiative to focus on our children from birth to age 5. First 5 Lex, read, talk, play, from cradle to kindergarten. Give yourselves a hand, because it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you. Now, why is early learning so important? Because it forms the foundation for all future learning. Research shows that 90% of a child's brain is developed before age 5. Healthy brain development is key to maximizing our children's potential. The brain undergoes its most rapid development in the first 3 years of life. Now think about what that means for children as they enter school. Children enter school with varied skills and knowledge based on their access to stimulating age-appropriate interactions in their earliest years of life. Because we know that learning gaps are established before students enter kindergarten, it is imperative that we develop a comprehensive strategy to ensure children's learning needs are met from birth to age 5. The mission of First 5 Lex is to create a collaborative community that supports the whole child and family, from quality prenatal care through early childhood, resulting in a foundation of lifelong learning. The work of First 5 Lex is so important to the work that we do in our classrooms in preschool and in kindergarten. It encourages all of us to understand what children need from birth to age 5 to be ready for their time in the classroom. Further, it encourages children and families to read, talk, and play. And that's extremely important for the work that we do. Now, where's your involvement? In our community, regardless, every person, every Lexingtonian can make an impact, can make a difference in a child's life. Babies and young children thrive when we interact with them, building their brains, language, and vocabulary, all of which are necessary for school and life success. First 5 Lex has designed our programming around the importance of adult interactions with young children. An example of one of our First 5 Lex programs is a partnership that we developed with one of our business partners, Kroger. I want to recognize the Kroger store manager, Chris Hatfield. Let's give Chris a hand. The human resource representative, LaShonda Franklin. And the customer first lead, Nicole Jacob. I'm going to actually invite Nicole up to say a few words about the experience. All right.
Hi,
Thank you.
Well, I know that 3 of my favorite things to do are read, talk, and play. So we're really excited to have this opportunity at Kroger to encourage the families that shop with us to do the same thing, especially with all the kids that we have coming in the store. It's been a lot of fun. So we're excited to see it expand. We've loved working with Alice and her team, and we just can't thank you all enough for bringing this program to Kroger as well.
Thank you. Thank you. As I mentioned today, we need to view early childhood education as a community effort and a community initiative. Now, we are thankful here in Lexington to have the support of not only our business community, but also our city government. Our presence here at the Family Care Center, an example of a strong and long-time partnership between Fayette County Public Schools and our city. As we work to set children up for success from cradle to kindergarten and beyond, First 5 Lex is another example of that strong partnership with our city government. With that said, I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Ford, Social Services, to say a few words.
Good morning. Superintendent, we want to thank you for being here with us this morning and allowing the City of Lexington to share in this announcement. It's great to see everyone and Alice for your hard work in coordinating the efforts here today. I'm also glad to be joined by our leaders at City Hall, of our council members. 1st District Council Member James Brown, 11th District Council Member, 11th District Council Member Peggy Henson. And we also have representatives from a 12th District Council Member Kathleen Pullman's office. Zach, if you would just wave your hand, sir. And man, as you already know, Lexington has always been a community that values and supports education. And from City Hall, we ask that you convey our support continually to the members of the Fayette County School Board as we move forward in this initiative. Today, I'm here on behalf of Mayor Jim Gray. I spoke with him this morning, and he's very much aware of all the good things that are going on out here this morning and looks to support us in future events. We also want to emphasize the importance as a superintendent of a solid foundation, especially one that's built during early childhood and its effect on school readiness and life success. Cities such as Lexington are stronger and more successful when all of their residents, all of their citizens have sufficient education opportunities, and that includes Lexington and even our youngest citizens. We're very fortunate from our Department of Social Services to support this work. We provide services to the most vulnerable in our community, and while it is the job of our team to help support this population, it is with confidence that I can say together we can help create a bright future for children in our community from cradle to kindergarten and beyond. The quality of a child's earliest environments and the availability of appropriate experiences at the right stages of development are crucial in determining the way each child's brain architecture develops. And by enhancing early childhood development, we actually improve a child's ability to learn at later stages. Emotional well-being and social competence are also important development during these years and provide a strong foundation for future growth and learning. Many of the traits that make good employees, good neighbors, and citizens begin in the first 5 years of life. Cooperation, initiative, impulse control, persistence, critical thinking, and communication. It is also here at the Family Care Center, and we're always delighted when we have the fortune to be the venue that brings so many community leaders together. And we're very grateful for the support and leadership of our director, Joanna Rhodes. She and I have served as members of the First 5 LEX planning team, and we firmly believe that the initiatives being put in place through First 5 will help address the learning gap of our youngest children and to help create a caring and supportive environment that is essential for early childhood development. The First 5 LEX team is launching a wide variety of resources and activities. Free activities and resources will be available on apps, social media, through partnerships like we've seen with Kroger activity cards. It is the goal of First 5 LEX to meet families where they are, allowing them to easily access how they can fit time to read, talk, and play into their lives. Allison, just in closing, we just want to say that we believe in First 5 Lexington. In First 5 LEX, it's never too early to start our young folks on their journey of learning, and it's always the right time to join in sharing the success of young families. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much. All right, well, to close, we didn't gather you all here for nothing. We have an ask, of course. So we don't want anyone to leave here today without one of our folders. We want all of you to get online and like us on Facebook, download our app, go to our website, see what we have to offer. We actually, and again, this comes from years of working with folks and helping everyone be able to volunteer and support us. We have an ask page. We have specific things that we are giving you the opportunity to choose from that you can help us with. And most of all, you can just help us spread the message. We have clings, little decal stickers that you can display all over the place to just get the First 5 LEX logo out there. All of our team members will be around. We have several assigned to the table in the back that can answer your questions, others that will be walking around to answer any question or share with you what you can do to get involved with us. Our partner Kroger has donated a lovely light lunch for us that is in the hallway over here on this side of the room. So we just invite you to, again, join us, grab our information, enjoy some food, and interact with one another, because I know we're going to build this into something really big across Lexington. Thank you very much for coming today.